How do we value a deceased estate stamp collection? They come in all shapes and sizes. The one I got in front of me today is just a big bag full of stamps. Australian and I think some New Zealand. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through it. My best friend gave it to me. It's his father's, who passed away recently, and he wanted me to use it for my subscribers and my YouTube channel, which is just wonderful. But I'm going to strap you in, grab a cup of coffee, and I'll show you what it's worth. Alright, so here's the big bag of stuff. And by the looks of it, oh, there's a lot. Now, these all look like from the 80s, when Australia was hit with a huge influx of the post office advertising and saying you need to buy these so you can invest in them. And so many people bought these presentation packs, which people thought, wow, these are going to be worth so much money. And as you can see, they age. Now they're starting to get toning in them. And really all you can do with these is pull the stamps out. You can either put that in your collection. Something like this is worth 3.27 stamps. You can't sell them for that. Like, you can't take them back to the post office and get your money back. You could use them on envelopes, but sending a stamp, like an envelope in Australia, is $1.80. So just work out how many of these stamps you got to get on that. Now, if you want to send a parcel overseas, because this is no tax paid, GST has been paid, you have to put an extra 10%. So if I send a letter to the US, it's $5. So then you need to get $5.50 worth of these stamps on that envelope. So I do a lot of big parcels, so I can use them. But if you want to sell these to dealers, basically what happens, they'll give you a quarter of the value. But the small values at this size, they don't want them because they can't resell these. And so much of this 80 stuff was sold that they can't use it. So all I'm going to do right now for these certain ones is pull these out. Here's another one. And again, I mean, look, it's all falling to bits. This one's a good stamp, 75-cent stamp. It's missing from a few collections. It's very nice. But I'll use these on envelopes to send free stamps to anyone around the world. There we go, look at these. And I'm going to just throw all these other bits and pieces into my junk box. So this 60-cent stamp, this is good. You could probably sell this for to a dealer for a quarter value, so 15 cents. Or you could use it for postage yourself, which a lot of people don't do. And that 24, there's no dealers who will buy that. And people don't want it for their collections because so many people have this stamp. There's so many of them around. What I have got, and everyone else should have, is a big box like this with mint stamps in it. And this is just excess stock that we just put the mint stamps into and we can use for later. Alright, these ones here, see the toning in that? So no one will really want this because of the toning inside. And the only value that's worth anything, this one here. And again, 15 cents. So we're up to 30 cents for the whole lot. They don't want these, they're too small. And again, this one here, oh, another 15 cents you can make. Now, you might be able to put these onto Facebook Marketplace and sell them, or even on eBay. But trying to pay postage to send these is going to be very hard. And you see, like, he bought 3 lots of this, and a lot of people back in the day bought lots of these. And see that? It's just come away. The glue they used back in the day wasn't that good. It didn't last the test of time. The stamps are really good though. All the gum is there. Very nice. So another 15 cents you can make. I know, it's a bit heartbreaking that someone had spent that much time on this. Now, looking at all these stamps, these are all 27-cent stamps. So dealers are not interested in buying these. Collectors, because they're all 80 stamps, I think most people would have these stamps. And a lot of people got the yearbooks, and the yearbooks are not even used by people. Look at that. People bought multiple of the yearbooks in Australia, so they're really not worth that much. There you go. I think the last parcel I sent to Phil, I put a few of these big miniature sheets on the outside, so at least he got a couple used, which is quite nice. Look at this. See this? You've got a bit of stuff going onto them. They're not sitting properly. It's not even glued down anymore. So really, what do? So that's a 40-cent stamp. I think they might take 40 cents, but these ones here, 70, 65, 15, 20 cents probably, 10 cents. Add them up, we're probably up to about $1.50, $2. Oh, roses. This is a quite nice step. And again, look, all the toning is going through. So the cover is not pristine. So when we talk about top prices, what we're after is superb condition. So anything with these little blotches on them and that, they're not superb. And it's not stuck down anymore with the original glue, so not superb. Again, these two stamps would be really good for postage. These ones are probably a little bit hard to use. 40 cents would be okay. And as you can see, like everyone was sold back in the 80s, oh, you better buy a whole heap of copies because you'll be able to make a lot of money on them. Now, back in the 80s, there was a lot of stamps from the 70s making a lot of money, like the Christmas sets. There was a Christmas set which was amazing. It sold for thousands of dollars. And the hype at the time was so big and bold and wonderful that everyone wanted to be part of it. What have we got here? We got a New Zealand on paper. There's a pretty stamp. I'll just put that in my giveaway box. And I'll get this in the giveaway box. So, talking to Scott today, I think it was yesterday, and he said, look, anything you can give away to your subscribers. It'd be great. And if you can use the mint stamps for postage, that'd be fantastic. So, his dad's name was John Normile. And probably one of the greatest guys I knew. I really enjoyed when I moved in the Defence Force. I was over here in Queensland. I'd always go over to Scott's place, and Scott invited me over to his house and met up with his parents, and his mum, Jazz, was beautiful, and his dad always had heaps of time, always treated me really nice, and always interested in what I was doing. And my dad was on the other side of Australia, so it was always really nice to have someone, an older male gentleman, interested in what you're doing. Oh, look at these. These are beautiful. I remember these coming out. So back in 1980, John would have went down to the post office and thought, I'll grab 2 of those. And then these is a really good idea. He got 5 different strips. Now what I'll try and do is I'll use, these on envelopes. That's $1.10 each strip, and put them on the envelope. Put the address a bit smaller so people can get a nice used version of this in their collection. But it's amazing, isn't it? So a lot of people come up and ask me how much these are worth, because 1980, what you're talking 46 years ago. Wow, I just feel old now. That's amazing. 46 years. And they're not, like, you can't sell these. No one wants them. 22 cents, too hard to use on mail. These, too hard, unless you've got parcels. And I do send a few parcels, so I try and use these as well. But I put them in the box. Oh, here we go. A collector's box of New Zealand. Wow, these are nice. These are very nice. Wow, someone must be interested in these. They're very good. I can't afford to send the whole pack, but I could probably pull these out somehow. Oh, it feels a bit slimy or whatever. Might be able to pull all these out. Oh, these are nice. Have they got... Yeah, they're all pretty good. Wow. Yeah, they're all pretty good. I really like these cars. Oh, they stuck down. Oh no, they're okay. Oh, that looks like a little bit of a spot of toning. Someone's telling me I need to use a stamp to get behind the stamp to help lift it up, which is working a treat. Oh, yeah, this whole thing feels a little bit too sticky. That's a nice little set. Someone would really like this. Oh no, look at this. Oh, that is a shame. See, this is the problem, you see. You keep them in the folders that they say to keep them in, and the stamp gets pulled apart. See that? Hopefully, no, this is going to be the same. And you're probably saying, Jeff, soak it, it'll help it. But, wow. All right, I'll leave the rest for those because hurting stamps is sacrilege. It just kills me. Whoops, that's Scotty. Rightio, what's this? 1983. Roll, drum roll. Oh, this is the first fleet. Now, a lot of people find these stamps being left behind, especially the 80s stuff. Well, there's an 83 pack. There's nothing in there. Oh, the fire engines. We've got fire engines. Wow. It's a bit of everything. Selected issues, butterflies. What have we got here? So he did the right thing, he kept them in plastic bags and stuff. Wow, a lot of presentation packs. But I don't know, no one buys presentation packs. It's hard to tell people when they ask me to look up prices and say how much these things are worth. A joint issue? Like people are like, oh, you should sell that, but no one in their right mind would buy it. It's bent. There's marks all over it. See that? So this is what you've got to look at if you've got a deceased estate. Look at all this, all the spotting. So the toning has come in now, especially up here in Queensland. You probably see all that. They're all just wrecked. And the glue has come undone. So really all you can do is, I can put that to use as postage, and I can use that in my giveaway box. And someone will get a block of 4 mint stamps. And back in the 80s, they really hyped up stuff so much. And look at this, they bought 1, 2, oh, it must be all different ones. Probably 2 of each. Wow. We'll go through all those and pull them apart. We've got a whole heap more in here, the Gold Rush era. So I remember being sucked into all these ones as well. I had all these, and I pulled all mine apart 3 or 4 years ago. And he's just done a whole heap of other ones as well. So people back in the day used to buy all these things because they really wanted to make some money out of them all. There we go. And look how many times we've already opened a few of these ones already. So yeah, it's just, they're not worth anything now. All right, so now he's got sheets of stamps, which are nice, and I might leave the sheets for a little bit. I might throw all these New Zealand ones into the giveaway box. This looks nice. New Zealand collector pack. Happy birthday, John. Oops, something fell out. So they did their collector packs differently. Wow, these are nice. Shani probably would like all these. Look at this miniature sheet. But what I'll do is I'll put all these in the giveaway box so everyone's got a fair whack at them. Now, like I've said before, if you'd like some free stamps, I'm happy to send them to you. If you're a kid and you can't afford them, can't afford to buy stamps or anything like that, just let me know and I'll send you a pack of stamps. If you're a bit older and you can afford a few dollars, buy me a coffee and I'll send you some stamps. And the coffee just helps give me more money. It's just a bit of postage. $5 helps me pay for postage all around the world. In Australia, I can send you two envelopes. Oh my God, look, that's a really bad drawing of Charles. Look at that. Oh, it's a really bad. Oh, he looks like a buck teeth or something. Like, how bad is that guy did the artwork? Oh my gosh. I'd be really upset if I was the king. I'd be funny if this whole cover is worth a fortune, though. It'd be like, Jeff, don't get rid of that. That's worth a fortune. Right, so I found it. They want $4.92 or best offer, and delivery is $21.71. Look at that. So not worth anything. It is not even worth, like the post, it costs more to post than what it is. And a real stamp collector doesn't really collect these packs. They want to put the stamps in their own albums and show them off and set them up. They don't want to go, oh, have a look at all my stamp collection and look through all my packs. That's not a stamp collector thing. Well, not what I do anyway. So I just checked the price on all these and it's anywhere from $3 to $10. So you got 1980, 1986, 1984, 1983. So these are all the stamps for that year, 1982. I would rather have been Australian stamps because they would have been fantastic, because then I could have used them as postage. But hey, what happens? Look at these little dogs. Beautiful dogs. So again, I think we'll just grab all these stamps out of this presentation pack, because just sending them to people, it's not even worth my time, putting them on eBay, selling them, or doing anything like that. And his wishes were to share everything, but I'm not going to be paying money to ship these packs and trying to fill out all the customs forms. I think we'll just throw them all into the bin and people can get lucky. Look at that. That's cool dogs. And I can remove one more pack out of circulation, hopefully increase everyone's packs by a few cents. I know it's sacrilege what I'm doing. There's some people out there, I mean, they're a beautiful looking pack, very nice. But, I mean, don't people want to put these in their own books? Look at these cats. Quite nice, aren't they? Very nice. There we go. Oh, we've got more cats here. Look at that. Health. 2 cents to health. We've got fish. We've got some scenery. Oh, that stamp is a little bit damaged there at the top. See that? We've got a fish there. Salmon. Oh, there's the same Australian stamp, but with New Zealand written on the bottom. They look a little bit fake, these stamps. Be nice if we could use New Zealand stamps for postage. I should probably check that, but I doubt it. Beautiful. There we go. I will pass that on. Go. There's another set of stamps. Oh, horses. And I know who likes horses. So straight away, oh, and reptiles. Oh my goodness. So that's Beck. Becky. Rebecca. We'll better grab all these for her. They're nice big stamps too. And she can have those. And I'm finding it so difficult to find horse stamps. But now she's got mint horse stamps and mint reptiles. Perfect. What else is she looking for? Oh, New Zealand. Oh, I'll give her some miniature sheets now. Now, Beck, she gave me a whole heap of money, a donation, to get some stamps for her, but we might give her a whole heap and fill her envelope so I can send it in the next couple of days. And that'll be great. She was very generous to help pay for her own stamps, but also other people's stamps, so it's quite nice. Beautiful. I didn't realise how much postage had hit my back pocket when I first started. But thanks to Brian, he's been able to give me some free postage, and everyone else, the subscribers. So I'll make sure a reel runs, so like a ticker tape on my page, so you can see all the supporters, which is great. Wow, look at these. These are amazing, aren't they? Oh, look at this. That's quite nice, isn't it? Rebecca would love that. Better put it in her thing. I'll have to pick a few others for her. All these ships are nice too. The motorbikes. Wow. I might just move through some of these a bit quicker. $19.80. What's in here? Oh, there we go. We've got different stamps altogether in here. Mongolia. And these are these old packs I used to do back in the day. Mission stamps. Macau. Unfortunately, a lot of people come to me and go, oh, how much are all these worth? I've got a fortune. They're so old. And you're like, sorry, these things were pushed out all over the world. Oh, a mission mixture. Look at this. Kmart, 98 cents. Wow. 500. Oh no, 200 stamps. Contains a genuine unpicked assortment of postage stamps on paper collected from charitable and business organisations throughout the world. The pack contains a minimum of 200 stamps. This is a genuine unpicked assortment. The chances of duplicates are possible. I used to believe all that I used to read. Let's have a look. It's already opened it. Let's zoom in and see what unpicked is and how much money there is, because you'd always think, oh, I'm going to find myself the most incredible stamp. France. Oh, douche, yeah. Wow, Republic of France. So France, and we've got Germany. France again. Piece of paper. Italy. France, duplicates, like I said. Oh, there's England and another France. Is that America? United States, England, France, oh, Australia. What have we got? France, England, France. Oh, there's something different. Oh, yep. Nothing's really coming out. Nothing's making us a fortune. Oh, there's something a bit different. US. Got to remember to put my hand behind it so they get in focus. God, look at these. They're everywhere. What's that? That's South Africa. Oh. Very nice. Not very good selection. I might just toss these into the box underneath my feet. Hold one sec. All right, next one is our last pack from New Zealand, 1980. Oh, we've got a little envelope. Oh, it's the one with the funny face. Wow. That just looks weird. Let's give that to Rebecca. She'll love that. Not. And there's some really nice stamps through there. Yeah, they're all messed up. Sorry about that. There we go. That's the last one. And I'll pull these out and I'll put them to the one side as well. So grand total so far that we've pulled out, I reckon we've probably had a maximum of, if you spent the time and effort and selling on eBay, you might have got $4 or $5. You might get up to $20 for all those packs. So we might be at around $30. At probably less than $30, about $20, $25, $22. Well, that's nice. Again, the whole pack is no good. The stamps are perfect. It's wonderful. The pack did its job and saved them, but look at all that. It's horrible. But, I mean, these stamps are all 37 cents. So, you know, you need a few more stamps to just send a stamp to Australia. But the envelope, you know, if you got an envelope like this, you stick them on all the way across, you still need to add a few more stamps. I mean, I still do it, but there's not many people that would do that. Butterflies. Oh, these are beautiful. I think someone was telling me that they love butterflies. I think Shani's saying that she thinks Australian butterflies are beautiful. But these are going to be great to use for postage. So these, to me, are worth the full price because I can use them to send free stamps to people, which is great. I remember this. You can't sell these to anyone. All right, this one is not open. It is now. Beautiful. Oh, historical fire engines. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, see, these are bigger values. 75, 65, 40, 27. That's good. Oh, selected issues, 1983. Oh, I used to love that one there. You see the difference between them? It's a joined pair. One's got 3 masks, one's got 2. And that's that same New Zealand stamp, but with Australia on the bottom. There's Queen Elizabeth ship. Beautiful. Let's have a look at some of the bigger sheets that he's got. I did notice one thing. Look at this, $10 stamp. Got to get into it though. That would have been a nice purchase. That, I don't know, it might be missing from a few people's collections. And I think they would pay at least $10 or more. Look at that, isn't it perfect? Mint $10 stamp. That's great. You don't see them used too often because they always got destroyed on parcels. Look at these. This looks cool. Wouldn't that be good to stick that on the outside of someone's parcel? I like how he's John put all these into these plastic bags and looked after them. I'm taking them out now because I'm going to use them all. And again, you know, you couldn't sell these to dealers. They got sheets and sheets of these things, and 24 cents. You know, 10 of them's $2.40. To send an envelope overseas, you got to stick all of them on the envelope. And there's the envelope. It covers the envelope. That's why they don't want the small denominations. But I love that set. Now, As I look through all these, I'm looking for varieties because sometimes the clouds are missing off these. So I'm always looking for something different to see if there is money to be made. The beauty about buying things like this, what people don't realise, is perforations. If they've been shorted or torn or something like that, stamps lose their money. So back in the day, if you could afford it, try and put a row of stamps with selvage and stamps on the other side, and that means these 5 stamps are going to be always perfect. All their perforations will be perfect. But, you can't use, they're not worth anything now because everyone thought that. Oh, there you go. He's done the same with this one. Now, I'm not saying, people were wrong back in the day. Like, I got suckered into it as a 12-year-old kid. The post office did a great job advertising and exploiting collectors back in the day. I think if I was in charge of the post office, I would have been doing the same thing. There you go. So he got all these are perfect. But again, I might try and put a block of 4 or something on these, or try and put them so people can get at least one really good one. Oh, look at these. It's even got puppy dogs. I love these dog stamps. It's got New Zealand in there as well. So I think John was a speculator. He's investing in stamps. So he got the stamps. I think he was doing more of an investment thing because there's no album. There we go. Australian. I love these dog stamps. Dingo, sheepdog. Oh, I don't think much of those ones. Oh, this one I love, little terrier, Australian terrier. Cool, isn't it? Look at that one. And the dingo. Where's the dingo? Here is the dingo. There's one more. Should be a kelpie somewhere. Where are you, kelpie? Oh, here he is. Oh, there's 2 more. You got this one, Australian kelpie, and the Australian cattle dog. They're just beautiful stamps. Love them. They're one of my favourites. Throw those in, and we can use those as postage. Can't use the New Zealand stuff for postage. Beck might be able to use them as in her collection. Oh, another one of those. Oh, we've already been through a few of these sheets. Oh, there we go. Australia Day, $8.10. Yeah, it just would have been a shame back in the day of people. So many people spent money buying this stuff, thinking that be able to sell it to collectors or on-sell it. So a lot of non-collectors bought this stuff to try and sell to collectors later on, once it went up in value. But the collectors were the first on the boat. So anyone else buying afterwards was like too late. But now you got an oversupply, and I think that turned a lot of people off stamp collecting. Once it turned into investing, people really just lost interest because a lot of people lost money, wasted a lot of money, especially with those yearbooks. People, always trying to sell those yearbooks, and they're going, oh, you stamp collectors must want these yearbooks. And it's like, no, the stamp collectors don't want them. I definitely don't want them because I've got my own books that I put stamps in. I buy yearbooks and then I pull them all out and use them as postage as well. Look at this. Look how many of them are. I mean, he's done a great job with tissue paper and stuff, but I bet you $100 I'm going to send 5 big envelopes to put one on each one. Isn't that insane? It's a really nice miniature sheet. 66 cents cost. Hopefully he's not turning on his grave. I know John won't be because he's such a nice guy. Just always go over and I was always sad because my parents were back home, and he'd always be really interested in everything I was doing and ask me lots of questions, talk to me for hours. It was just fantastic. So I always felt like we had a connection. And I know that he would have been upset that, you know, his little gamble didn't work out, and that's okay. But now he gets to give them away. And I think he'd really appreciate that. And his son, Scott, does. That looks a bit strange, that one. Like I never really noticed that one before. If that is truly what it's like, it's no outline of her shoulder. I'll have a quick look. Wait one sec. On eBay, someone's trying to sell them for $5, $10 and everything, but there's a guy there sold 64 so far at $1 each. So $1, when any stamp you see in the catalogue for $1 means it's a handling fee. All right, so the stamp's not worth anything. It's not worth $1. It's just so it's worth my time to put it in an envelope and send it to you. All right, now the last of them are these. Some beautiful bird stamps. Look at that. I know Shani would love those. I'll stick them on the envelope that I send her stuff to her. I won't. Oh, look, this $5 one would be worth a bit. Look at that. How perfect is that? Oh, I really like this when this came out. Look, it's all damaged. Sporting personalities. Who's the batsman? Victor Trumper. Don't know him. My grandfather was right into the pool playing billiards back in the day. Oh, we've only seen that like 4 times. That 60-cent stamp is the one that is going to be good. Oh, Christmas 1981. Again, it's all damaged. See all that? We've got a 60-cent stamp. You'd be able to sell that for 15 cents to a dealer. So that whole pack, 15 cents. Isn't that just amazing? There we go. So who's turning in their grave right now? Make a comment. You're saying, Jeff, what are you doing? Love to hear it. Ooh, reptiles, amphibians. I've got these used somewhere. I could probably put these on the outside of Beck's envelope. Oh, look at those. Beautiful. Fire engines. I love these too. These are cool. There you go, it's not 20 cents, 30 cents. And if you brought too many of these to a dealer, they're not going to pay you the full quarter postage. I mean, you know, they're not going to be able to sell them. Most of them now, because no one really uses postage these days. Like a lot of shops now, it's just too much of a hassle putting stamps onto envelopes. They just take them to the post office. That's if they have to send anything. I was talking to Brian, and when he gets big parcels, he's got to go to the post office, get it weighed, go back home, put the stamps on, and sometimes he's like, oh, this just drives me nuts. They're beautiful. I've even gone through some of my albums now and started pulling out the mint stamps because I know I never get the money back for them. But I've got them all used and I can still enjoy them. I just don't think it's worth keeping a lot of stamps mint in the later years. They look nice, but... Oh, there we go, again. I think I've got a fair bit of postage actually. I might have to take Scott out for dinner. Buy him a few beers. Very nice. There we go. Again, it's only the 75 cent they'll buy off you. This one here, I'm not sure on the 40 cents. 40 they might. That'd be 10 cents. But there's 65 and 75 they will. It just means you got less stamps on. See this? Look at all that toning. There we go. So I think all up, for a price, if you're lucky, if you spend the time and pull them all apart, hopefully you would get $20, $30. Like, I reckon there'd have to be at least $100 postage in here. If you can use it. So I'm thinking $25. And the New Zealand stuff, I'm thinking maybe 20, 25. So let's just say you could sell it, you know, you might be able to sell it for $50 if you find the right dealer. But a lot of dealers are probably just, you know, if I delivered it like it is, they'd want you to go through and do all this. They go pull out all the stamps, list them all out, show me the value, so I know you're not ripping me off. I don't want, you know, these are hard for them because they can't use these miniature sheets, because you're better to tear that around and get the stamp out so they can use the stamp. Butterflies. Very nice. Look at these. See that? $1. So that's, you know, 25 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents. So, you know, it's like nearly $1 for this pack. It's a shame, isn't it? You know, buy the pack for $3. How to turn $3 into $1. There's $1. 36, so 20, 30 cents. Look at this, nice. Beautiful long strip. Again. Oh, the New Zealand presentation pack, no doubt. Will be the same. I'm just pulling it, ripping it because I thought there'd be another one in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with these New Zealand stamps. I wonder if Shani wants to send free stamps around. I could probably send them to her and she can use them. That would probably be the best bet. If I send them to her, she can use the stamps to send. She might want to send some free stamps around to people. That's a great idea, Jeff. And that way, more people can get some stamps. No doubt she's got some bird stamps. I might write to her first and ask if that's okay. Wow, that's a nice little set. I remember those back in the day. We're looking at all the stamps I remember as a kid when I was right in there paying for my own stamps. Hold on one sec, I've got presentation packs all over my desk. All right, back onto it. Just want to talk about this stamp. Millions of them were produced, so not worth anything. But if you have a look, the blue for the wings and the head are all different and all the different printings. I reckon, like one, I started to try and show different shades and variations, but I got suckered into an older stamp, the 3D MR. But I've always thought that this would be a great little thing to do. So if anyone loves that stamp and they want some fun, I reckon you could collect 1,000 of these stamps and they'd all be different. Food for thought. Oh, how many of these have we opened? There we go. Oh, there's 9. We've already done this one before. Sorry guys, I hope I'm not boring you, but it just goes to show that a lot of people have these and they're expecting to make a lot of money. I don't want you to think that. I think any stamp higher, 40 cents and higher, you will get from a dealer quarter value. If you find the right dealer. There are dealers now that got so much of it. And Brian has got so much postage. He goes, he just, to to be nice for people, he'll pay quarter value, but he goes, it's not even worth it now. He's never going to get all his money back because he's got so much of it. But he goes now, he goes back in the day, and this is really interesting. He used to buy this, a lot of 80 stuff, 10, 15, 20 years ago when his kids were smaller. And he'd buy it real cheap and then sell it 75%. Buy it quarter, sell it 75%, and yeah, put his kids through school and university, which is truly amazing. You can't do that now. And I think I'm really a race against time to use this myself, you know, before stamps get too expensive. Because that's what really is. Like, all the old stamps that are worth so you know, less, like 4-cent stamps, 5-cent stamps, you're going to use way too many of them. They're great to have them because you can make up the values you need, but wow. But I've had some fun with some big parcels for people when they want $15 for postage in Australia. Well, these are nice. I love these yacht ones. Look at those. How cool. Very nice. Beautiful. 55, 60. Chog 'em. I remember this one. Well, I think we've got at least $100 worth of postage. Now, there's a very expensive variety that you can find with these whales. Now, if we found that, oh my God, that'd be amazing. So let's have a look. Open her up. No. So basically, it's one of these stamps. The light's not coming, the sun's not coming through. It's just all one color. I think it's this one here, all blue, but the light's coming through. So no $1,000 stamp. Sorry, Scott. Sorry, John. Oh, I like these. This is one of, I think, one of the first stamps I started buying. 91 or 81. Beautiful. Done. Well, I just want to say a big thank you for all this postage. Oh, we can use these. Australian Antarctic territory. Wow. And we're still going. So I reckon all up, if you got $50 for all this, you're really lucky. Now, you might have been able to sell it all on eBay. Now, if you spent the time, because it's a time versus value equation. So the more time you spend selling them, the more money you'd get. The less time, so I reckon the minimum amount of money you could have got for these, take them to a dealer, I think you'd be lucky to get $50. I'd like to say you'd get $50, but I'm not going to hang my hat on that. Probably less. But if you sold them on Facebook Marketplace, you would have got anywhere between $50 and $70. eBay, I reckon you could have probably got over 100, 150, but only if you spent quite a few weeks either leaving, putting them in the presentation packs or pulling them out and selling them separately. Yeah, so, do you want to spend 2, 3, 4 months selling all this stuff for $150? Or do you want to get $50 in your back pocket straight away? I think the easiest thing, and I recommend this to people, is, I put it on Facebook Marketplace, for time versus effort. Oh, I was going to go drum roll. Yeah, it'd be time versus effort. Facebook Marketplace, put on it what you want and be prepared to wait, a couple months to sell it, because they don't go that quick. People will ring you, you have to get 10 photos. It's just so hard now. Another way to sell it too is probably be a good way is auction at a stamp club. But I saw I saw Brian only probably 3 weeks ago pick up a big box of, must have been $200, $300, $400 worth of postage, and he paid $180, and there was heaps of postage in there. At least 800, was it? 500 or something of postage. He paid less than the 25%. And he was happy with that. He was like, oh, wow. But he didn't. Then he did tell me, he goes, I don't know when I'm going to get the chance to use it, or to use it. And I thought, oh, I might be able to use it. Oh, $2. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's it. Hold on one sec. So watching me pull those presentation packs apart, gives you confidence to know that they're not worth that much, if anything. And in my mind's eye, I was going, oh, a lot of people are going to really get upset with me ripping these things apart, because in people's heads, they're worth a lot of money, but in reality, they're not. And the only thing I'm doing is helping people with presentation packs boost their value. But there's so many of them, and I think Australia Post made a hell of a lot of money through the 80s selling those things. And a lot of people stopped buying stamps around 2000. So any of those stamps past that in packs or albums are worth a lot more. But I do exactly the same thing with year albums. I have thrown out so many year albums after pulling the stamps out. It's ridiculous. And I don't want to show people, because people will be attacking me and going, oh my God, how could you? But we, real collectors don't keep year albums. We keep them in books, and we put them out, set them out how we want, and things like that. Yeah, some people stop collecting at a certain point and then buy those yearbooks, but who looks at them? Like, I bought a couple and I never looked at them. I just had them there, and they were more an investment than anything else. But my albums, I look at them all the time. So I ended up pulling the stamps out of the albums, throwing them away, and putting them in my stamp album. So it worked out a lot better. So yeah, how much was all that worth? If you got $50, you're doing great. If you spent a month, 2 months selling it on eBay and got $200, $300, you're doing better than most. I doubt you'd get that much. I think it'd be 150 at most. And I think you'd be driven crazy running down to the post office and posting stuff all the time. And that's what gets me, is reselling on eBay. Just that, going to the post office, putting in an envelope. Oh, such a hassle. I like eBay because sometimes you can just pay for postage through eBay and they put a label and they do all the stuff that goes overseas. But how do I use this? It's a bit of a pain, isn't it? So I've got another video coming up. I bought a beautiful album from Brian, and it's worth a pretty penny. And I've done a video on it, and I know a few other people try to buy it from him as well, and I ended up getting it and did a deal. And I'm pulling that apart, and I'm going to sell it on eBay. And just for the video, I don't want to keep selling stuff on eBay. I really just running back and forth. Post office just drives me a little bit crazy. I don't mind doing the free stamps because I don't have to fill out any other paperwork. I just put them in there, put the stamps on, put the address, and drop them off. Next time I go do the shopping. That's easy. But yeah, trying to value these deceased estates, just heartbreaking. I had another subscriber send a whole heap of, must saw one of my videos and said, oh, could you value all my stamps for me? And sent photos of individual stamps that weren't nothing. So I'm just thinking I might do a video and just put Australian stamps worth nothing. Because they're all catalogued for $1 each, but, have them run through so people can look at these things and go, oh, that's not worth anything. Especially the old ones, from the 40s or 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, just so people know that, oh, this 50-year-old stamp is not really worth anything at all, so I shouldn't really waste my time about it. Anyway, that's life. And the thing is, it's great that these stamps are worth everything, worth money. And, I look at my collection and I know I've spent a lot of money on it, and I know I've got stamps in there worth over $1,000, but I'm not going to sell them. That's the thing. I love them. You're going to get buried with me. Yeah, and there's stamps that I've paid a few dollars for and they're worth so much more because they're so rare. But if I sold it, I've got a hole. How am I going to fill it? It's just crazy. So for stamp collectors, we like the value because we know then we can work out the rarity, but we're not going to sell it unless we've got 3 or 4 of them, and then we can sell a couple and then we can buy more stamps. Or we can, if it's a really rare rare stamp from a country we don't collect, well, we'll sell it and then we'll buy stamps that are from our country. So that works out really well. But I think a video on can you make money by buying and selling collections, I think it might be interesting. So I paid a lot of money for this collection and I pulled out the stamps I wanted, and we'll go through it and see how much I can sell it for. And it might help people out there who have, sort of inherited a collection and think, oh, what is it worth? Or how can I make money on it? Yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed that. I know a few of the subscribers right now be writing comments going, how dare you, Jeff, rip those things apart? And that's okay. It's all part of it. I apologize. The anxiety's probably going through the roof. When I first did it, it killed me. But now I'm after Postage to send you free stamps. So if you want some free stamps, let me know. Just send me an email. If you can afford it, it'd be great to, send me $5 through Buy Me a Coffee or something to help with postage. That'd be great. If not, and you really want to get some stamps, just let me know. I've got Postage now. I can send some stuff to you. All right. If you haven't, please subscribe. Click that like button, make a comment, say g'day. Tell me I'm a horrible person for ripping those packs apart. That's okay. I don't mind. I enjoyed it. Anyway, enjoy the hunt, enjoy the adventure, enjoy stamps. It's the greatest hobby in the world. And anyone with a hobby while you're retired, you're 100% further in front of everybody else who are not collecting stamps, because it's the greatest hobby in the world. It's an analog hobby, which means there's no computer, no nothing around, no electronics. It's just you, a book, pieces of paper, thinking, using your noggin, meditating. It's just the best in the world. Anyway, catch you later.